Okay, it's the biggest day of the year for NASCAR fans. The Daytona 500 is here, and joining us now with what we can expect from this year's big race is KUSI Auto expert Dave Stahl. Good morning, Dave.
Well, good morning, sir.
Nice to see you out here inside instead of out on the patio.
I know. I didn't have to. It's not cold or anything. Yeah. It's going to be a great race. They've already sold out. It's like 8 years in a row. I mean, that's thousands and thousands of people. But I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about the race in the respect that I hear so many people say, I don't watch it. It's just people turning left. But you got to look at the nuts and bolts of it. It's like we were talking off air. It's like playing chess at about 197 miles an hour. When you got 40 cars together going over 100, like I said, 90 miles an hour, yeah. The wind, you can see it on TV, and they do the buffeting and the buffeting. You got to know when to go fast. You got to know when to go slow. I was watching the Infinity race last night, and Austin Hill came from last to first in 13 laps. How could he do that?
Yeah.
So today's going to be exciting. Ross Chastain's on the pole. Now, if you know anything about NASCAR, a couple months ago, he was at a small track and was pretty much back, and he was going to try to get into the Daytona 500. So he literally hit the wall and pushed his foot to the floor, gained 50 pounds, and literally banged all the way around the wall and got into the race. Well, that's now been disqualified. NASCAR says if you do that again, you're going to be in serious trouble. But it is going to be, and it's a hard race, too. Can you imagine 130 degrees inside the car? The track is amazing. It started off on the sands at Daytona Beach, and then onto the streets, and then back on the sand. Well, Bill France Sr. decided he knew he wasn't going to get away with that, so he put out $2.5 million in '56, I think, or '57. Imagine what $2.5 million.
That's a lot of money.
And everybody said, "You are crazy. There is no way." 30-degree banking. I mean, you can barely walk up 30 degrees.
Right.
And if you watch some of the safety trucks, if they're going too slow, also they just literally slide down the top of the hill. Today, I think, is going to be exciting. And it's funny, they treat the Daytona 500 like the Super Bowl. Yeah. The only difference is NASCAR does their Super Bowl the first race of the season.
Right.
And a lot of people ask me, well, why do they do that? Well, you win the Daytona 500, and your season starts, and you're in history forever. To give you an example, Dale Earnhardt Sr. blew a tire out in one of the Daytona races that he could not win till the very end. And Derek Cope, who was in second, won the Daytona 500. He's been on the map forever, and he's just not that great of a driver, but just winning that one race, it's astronomical.
And another thing we were talking about off camera is that my observation is that when I was a kid and you would watch the Daytona 500 or NASCAR, this is what you saw, an aerial view. And now they're in the pits. So many cameras in the cars, you can hear the radio transmissions between the driver and the pit crew. That changed everything.
It changed everything. Then you've got instant replay. And then you got cameras all over the cars, as well as what they have up in the stands. And they really try to educate you. And if you're a hardcore NASCAR guy, it's really not bad, because you even pick up little bits and pieces, and you'll learn a few things about the race. The race it's just going to be one of those type of events where I would get some friends over, get some food, get up on the couch, wear your jerseys, and you're not going to get any more All-American than the Daytona 500, I'm here to tell you.
What time does it start?
I think it starts about 2:30.
Okay.
But they'll be having Now, for example, on TV, they just showed you this ghost car. And you're thinking, well, what's that all about? Well, what that is, that shows you how well the drivers are doing it against themselves on the track. Because you can see the 48 is still faster than the pole setter. So it's all like playing chess.
Okay, it starts at 11:30 our time.
Oh, I'm sorry, 11:30, that's right.
Yeah, so 2:30 on the East Coast. Okay, and we haven't even talked about drafting.
Oh, no, well,
that's a science, too.
They just changed the noses of the cars again, and this is an all-new car. It doesn't have 5 lug nuts, it has a center nut. It's a composite body, so they can bang into each other without, wrinkling metal into the tires. But when you get into the drafting aspect and the wind starts buffeting, I mean, most of the guys will wear white gloves, and if you look really close, you can see if he's doing this, then he's almost out of control.
Right.
But drafting is extremely important. You can't get too far out. If you get too far out, 2 cars will get nose to tail and they'll pass you. One other rule of thumb, there's the yellow line. You cannot go below it and pass another racer.
Right.
If you do, you go all the way to the back of the pack. So there's lots of little, just like football, just like baseball, there's all kinds of little rules and regulations. But if you watch it, it could be, especially towards the end. I mean, I hate to say it, but I always tell people, he says, watch the first 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Take a nap.
That's when the good wrecks happen.
Take a nap and watch the last 20 minutes, and you've watched the best races on the planet.
All right, Dave Stahl, you coming back next hour?
Yeah, we're going to do touch-it trucks.
Oh, that's right, touch-it trucks.
And they're already stacking up outside. And that'll be the greatest thing in the world for little boys and little girls that, who knows, fire truck? I don't know, you want to be a fireman, right? Didn't you want to drive a fire truck when you were little?
Yeah.
Or a helicopter?
I'll take the helicopter.
I think you take that helicopter.
All right, thanks.